All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Explain 12 in VR. Today, we are back with Flight Factor 757-200, and we are going to be doing operation. What operation we're doing? We're basically going to be checking failures, custom failures. So here we are at Bologna, LIPE airport. We are heading to Zagreb in Croatia. So let's go ahead and get this beautiful bird. This is my favorite aircraft. We are going to put it to the test. So let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit, and here we are. Oh, see, anti-aliasing screen stuff. So let's get out of VR and let's get back into VR. Yep, and then it fixed it. So as you can see. All right, so let's do our preliminary inspection. We see that the parking brake is on. But now my controllers do not work. What is wrong? When you do VR stuff, come on. All right, now they're working. All right, now what was I saying? Okay, parking brake is on, and we have fuel control or cut off, and throttle is idle. Gear is down, and looking up here, we are on electrical power. And here, I believe this is just what we have left. We have 2 minutes until our IRSs are aligned. We will go ahead and put the yaw damper to on, and we'll just get our electric engine controls to on. We'll go ahead and get our hydraulic, some of them to on. All right, looking up there, engine limiter to on. We'll get the engine starts to auto. The starter is on both. Okay, our window heats can come on. And then we come up here. We have the temperature regulation. We'll set it to auto. All right, same for that one. So that's good. All right, and then coming up here, we will set our packs to auto, and we'll get the isolation valve to on, and APU bleed, we can go ahead and get it started now, even though our APU is not on. Actually, let me just shut it off because I have failures on. All right, we'll go to pressurization. We'll go to auto over here, and here on the right, we'll just put it on the triangle. And we have our landing altitude is 100 feet today. All right, 100 feet. So we will take that landing altitude. So we need to go to HPA. Okay, we'll go to HPA, and we got to set that to 100 feet. So we got to increase. So we're likely going to be 1024, and then we will synchronize it with the other side. All right, let's go ahead and check our system status. Hydraulic quantity 90, hydraulic pressure 2090. So basically we have the left and right except for the center pump. APU is off. Oxygen, we got a 1748 psi. So let's go ahead and get our oxygen tested. Nope, this one. The oxygen is good. All right, perfecto. All right, so we're on the nav light, so that's good. So let's go ahead and what I will do, it wants me to enter the IRS position. So I think I'm gonna set this tablet up. Where's the tablet? Huh? Tablet just disappeared. That is odd. Okay, the tablet disappeared for no reason. I think it wants me to get out and get into 2D, but I do not want to do that. So we're just going to use Avitab. We're going to resize this, and we're just going to put it on our yoke for now. All right, so looking at this, all right, so looking at this, we are flight Pan-African 2609er. When we see we have a 757-200 leaving from Borgo Panigale, Franjo to Franjo Tujman. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get our. Let me see if I can actually somewhat recenter this so I can use the. Okay, if I do this, I get closer to the FMC. So here we are coming in, and except now we'll get this on this side. All right, so we're gonna come in and we'll do init ref, and we are at LIPE. All right, so here's LIPE. We'll use the GPS position. There you go. And for our route of flight, we are Bologna-Zagreb, Lima Delta Zulu Alpha. And we put it in the co-route, and we are, gotta clear this, we are Pan-African PNF. All right, we are PNF 2609er. All right, PNF 2609. We'll set it there, and we will activate execute. So for our departure today, we are going to runway 30, and we are going to be looking at the Lumav 7 Zulu, which is right here. No transition. And we will also execute an index on the arrival. We are expecting ILS 22 Zulu with the Rerner transition. I believe Kotor 2 X-ray. So Kotor 2 X-ray, execute. And then we can come in to do our init ref, and we'll do, oops, I don't want that. Okay, zero fuel weight is 75.7. So looking at it, we have 75.6, so that's pretty close. Cost index is 10. That gives us a gross weight of 82.1. So we're going to take off with 81.9, which is basically below our max landing weight. So that's critical. If we have to come back, we don't have to burn fuel. We're going to be cruising at flight level 350, but cost index is 10, my bad. And the fuel left over or reserve is 3.5. So 3, yep, insufficient fuel, 3.5. Come on. All right, 3.5 on the fuel. It's still telling us that it's insufficient. So I think we're good like that. So we recenter that, reset that, and we'll get the flight directors to on. Initially, we're going to climb to flight level 100. We'll get these to automatic and auto throttle to on. We will grab. Yep, here we go. And we are going to be checking basically our performance data. Before I do that, let's start the boarding process. So we'll get this guy, and we want to get rid of the fuel, catering, catering, and we'll bring the buses. The boarding is getting started. We can see the buses arriving. Yeah, all good. And catering is pulling away, so is the fuel. All right. So winds. So here we are on the winds, climbs, all of that. Okay. All right. Performance data. LIPE, runway 30, winds are 007 at -1. So we will come in here and we will do, oh, we didn't get the cruise winds. Cruise winds, which were, I'll just do something quick here for the cruise winds. All right, top of climb, 268 at 19. So the 268 at 19. All right, so for the takeoff, it's gonna be, looks like what, flaps 5, okay? And we have 1024 now. Okay, flaps 5, so we'll set flaps 5. And derated takeoff, 148 degrees Celsius. So we'll push on the derated takeoff 1 and 48 degrees Celsius. Okay, that's gonna give us a CG of 3.8. We have what, 4? Okay, why isn't it working? My honeycomb sometimes is messing up. Here we go, 3.8 is set. All right, so for the winds, we'll go to the next page and 007 at 1. So winds are pretty light. Then we have 10 degrees. All right, so that's set. So what that's gonna give us is on the speeds, we select them on V1 125, VR 132, and V2 140. So we'll set 140 here, and we'll also set runway heading. Runway heading of 2904 is set. All right, so we talked about 125, 132, 140. So we'll come out here and we'll set them. 2, 1. Oh. There you go. All right, and then pretty much I didn't set a VREF speed. Let's just call it 132 and we'll enter it. And technically we have to do the same on that side. So at first, let me just put this one on Prague. All of those are green. And 132, all of them are green. Yeah, so we are good for now. We're gonna go ahead and do some fire test. That was on the wheel well fire, and this one is on the cargo heat engines and all, so that's all good. All right, now we can put on the fuel pumps. After verifying we've got 6.4, that's what we have, and we'll start the APU. So APU is getting started. All right, let's do the trim air. All right, so trim air is on. And here I was going to do checklist, but I don't have the tablet. So we'll go without any checklist. We'll do the transponder code. We'll first test the transponder or TCAS. Normally, we have the traffic that we can see being drawn. So that's good. It's doing the traffic test. Normally somewhere over here there was also another test that normally is getting done. I believe it's the can't remember what they are. Oh, these guys right here, I believe, but I won't do them right now. All right, we can say that the TCAS test is completed. I remember correctly. Control shut off, ground proximity warning, air data. So all of these are some tests that could be done. Let me do that one and see. Yep, here it is. It's doing the ground proximity test. Yeah. If I remember correctly, there should have been sound, but no problem. All right, so APU is 640, 100 RPM. We'll get the APU bus, get the APU bleed. All right, and we'll get the center pumps, and we'll dismiss the ground power, and we can do the engine start. All right, so we'll do B nav, L nav. So all right, for the briefing, we're going to be taxiing to runway 30. We're basically going to push back facing east, and then, well, facing south rather. Then we're going to take an immediate left and then continue on Tango until Alpha holding point. All right, so we can actually look at the charts. So basically right here, Tango Kilo, runway 30 and takeoff. And for our departure, it's a standard instrument departure, and we do have some restriction. Papa Echo 611 at 2400. So we'll come in here and verify that on the legs page, 2400 above. And something doesn't add up. I don't have Papa Echo. (611). I have Lumav. They're giving us other points. So we got Papa Echo 609, and here it's calling it a distance of 037 north. So we got that. So there's some problems on the charts for sure. Because here it gives me 20. Maybe I'm not on the right one. So let's take a look at the map. So as you can see, we are basically taking off, turning, and going to Lumav. So we're gonna verify. This is a Lumav 7 Zulu. Oh yeah, Lumav 7 Zulu. There's always a problem. We are Lumav 7 Victor. So there it is. Now we are more like it. All right, so 611 2400, Papa Echo 609 5000. So now we are good. And while we're at it, let's just step through it to verify that we don't have any disco. Yep, straight into Zagreb. No issues there. All right, so we've got that, and now we can basically clear, and then we'll do the test. Oh, I felt some stutters. Oh yeah, why is the stutters? Woo, what is going on? All right. So what I was gonna say, basically on departure, what we are going to be doing, we already briefed the route. So in case of emergency, and we do have failures to on, I just had it decreased from challenge level 2 to challenge level 1. But what we're going to be doing, we are going to reject for anything below 80 knots, and above 80 knots we're only going to reject for takeoff config warning, loss of directional control, engine trouble, anything else that will deem the aircraft unsafe to fly. And should we have an emergency, once we reach our V1 speed of 125, we are continuing the takeoff. I will maintain a safe altitude and a safe pitch until we gain altitude. You're going to notify ATC of our intentions to likely return here. In the event we need to return here at the airport, we do not need to burn fuel as we are below our maximum landing weight. Any questions? All right, no question. Cool. All right, let's call for the pushback. Cockpit to ground. We are ready for push and start. And today we are pushing facing south.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Bologna traffic, Pan African 2609 is Boeing 757-200 out of Bologna. Push and start from stand 217 Bologna. All right.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
That was 125. Okay. All right. So before start, we've got those on. So we'll get the beacon to on. And the start sequence is going to be engine number 2 first and engine number 1. And let's go ahead and get the engine start page. All right. And we're going to be basically monitoring N3. When N3 reaches 25% or N2 10%, then we can go ahead and introduce the fuel. So we'll go ahead and get our bleeds to off.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
All right. So gears, pins, and covers removed. Cockpit doors is closed and lock anti-collision light on. Parking brake is off. You're clear to stop.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, let's go ahead and start the number 2. All right. Oil pressure is rising. There's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and run. All right, looking at it, we're getting the normal start thus far. N1 is rising. EGT is within the range. All right, we got a stable N1 of 21.5. EGT is also stable. Starting number 1.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
All right, parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
All right, there's 20 on N3 and 25. And there goes the start. Got good oil pressure. N1 is rising nicely. Good.
Hose disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
All right, he's gonna show us the pin. Thank you so much. All right, looks like we've got 2 good start, guys. Come in here, get the gens to on, and we'll get the APU bleed rather. That's the engine bleed. Isolation valve, and we'll turn back the packs. Yeah, all is looking good. Seat belts to on and auto. Yeah, a quick scan. Right controls check.
Ladies and gentlemen, the main cabiner has
Who left?
been closed because of
Who right?
features and safety.
Neutral.
We would like to take a few moments to
Pull down.
explain the use of emergency
Pull up.
equipment on board.
Neutral, rudder. Who left? Who right?
Passengers,
Neutral,
follow the
flight
turn
control
back
check
level and
completed.
the buckle to
Go
adjust
ahead and
the strap away from using that belt is now in time to open
get our
the
transponder.
limits of the faceplate of the buckle.
The right code.
Cabin is pressurized for your comfort. There's a change in cabin pressure. The
There you go.
compartment
Code
above
1000 is
will
good.
automatically open and
And we
out.
are gonna set the flaps
Take the mask in your hand and
to
hold on
5.
Start the flow of oxygen. Manual amount of vapor oxygen will be flowing. Place the mask where your nose and mouth and secure it by placing the elastic strap.
Set
over
flaps
your
5, right? Yep.
exit signs located overhead.
Right.
Identifying your
Come in here and we'll get
This
this
aircraft
guy
is also equipped
on.
with emergency escape
Runway
light.
turn off light
Vibration is
and the
not
nose
smooth.
light.
Follow the store lights.
Shut off
To the
our
nearest usable exit.
APU.
Keeping in mind that an exit may be located
We're
behind
clear
you.
on the left.
Preparation
Clear on the
for
right.
departure. Be sure all carry-on items
And let's
are
check the
sealed.
recall.
Seat or handle
Check
headlamp
normal.
panels, passenger tables,
All right, takeoff config
are
warning
locked
check.
position. Thank you. Buckle.
Parking brake. Yep, that's correct. All right, here we go. Bologna traffic, Pan-African 2609er taxiing to runway 30 via Tango and Kilo Bologna traffic. It's a little hazy right now. All right, weather data. Traffic test. Terrain. Yep. Right, oil temp is good. Vibration is good and symmetrical. Engine number 1 oil temp is slightly lower, but we started it last. Flight attendants, seats for departure. Verify our runway. We'll go all the way to the end. Right, before takeoff checklist, what do we got before takeoff checklist? We've got flaps 5 set, 5 indicating. Before takeoff checklist completed. So you don't stay where you were? Guess I better not touch you then. Alright, here we are holding short of 30. Making sure we don't have any approaching traffic. None on the TCAS. Okay. Bologna traffic, Pan-African through 609er lining up runway 30 Bologna. Alright, we'll go ahead and these two lights have a very weird click spot, and we'll go ahead and get these and the white lights for the strobes. Still clear on the right.
30.
Clear on the left. Runway 30 confirmed. Right, temps are all good. 77 on both. On the oil temp, quantity is good.
On runway 30.
All right. Set the chrono. And take off. Bologna traffic, Pan-African 2609er taking off runway 30, Lumas 1 Zulu departure, Bologna. Alright, that was 80 knots, thrust is set, 1.58. Good indication still. V1 and rotate. Positive rate of climb. Gear up, please. Gear up. Perfect. Flaps 1. And flaps up. Speed check, flaps up. Bologna traffic, Pan-African 2609er airborne passing 1100 on the Lumas 1 Zulu departure. Climbing to flight level 100 Bologna. Oh, it's pretty nasty right now. Enough speed. let's go ahead and just clear
Next service, beverage
or cancel the
selection
recall.
will be
What's
down
happening?
Pepsi,
Caution,
Pepsi,
terrain. Caution, terrain.
The engine just rolled back.
Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper, and cranberry juice,
Okay,
orange juice.
VNAV LNAV is set.
Cocktails figure in the line may be purchased for $5 corrections. Appreciate it. In the meantime, invite you to make yourselves comfortable and driveway.
I don't know if you noticed that, but the engine somewhat rolled back slightly. I don't know why it's commanding a descent, but I don't want to descend. It's at 3,000 above. So we're just maintaining right now. Alright, we can basically do flat level change. If we do flat level change, just gonna come in and climb. Because we did not have a hard altitude, so there's no need to hang out this low. Alright, climb to flat level 350, Pan African 2609er. There is 350. And now we can transition to weather. Right. Alright, we can get the lights to off. Yep, passing 10,000. And we can set the standard. And sync them on both sides. Yeah, a little bit hazy, but otherwise a good day to fly. Okay, all indications are still looking good. Pressurization, let's go check that real quick. Okay, cabin altitude is climbing 4,000 right now, and diff pressure is 3, so the rate is about 500 feet a minute, so we are good. And here we are approaching Lumav. Says insufficient fuel, so on arrival we're planning to have 2.9. It's saying insufficient because our flight plan we programmed 4 tons of fuel, but once we are reaching cruise level we should be fine. We just need to keep an eye on it, so we can get rid of this chart. LIPE we can leave just in case we have to get back to the airport, but otherwise we can come do the time and fuel checks. So we've been flying now for 7 minutes, So Lumav, yep, 7 minutes at Lumav. According to this, we are due there after 7 minutes of flight, and we're literally 2 miles away from it, and 5.4 tons of fuel. We have currently 5.4. Okay, so we're actually fine on the fuel. But it's still gonna tell me insufficient fuel unless I reduce the leftover fuel on arrival. Oh, let's go to VNAV speed. I knew I was forgetting something because we did not pitch up. Unless VNAV speed is not very well set, it's also telling me, oh, because I put in 3,500 instead of 350. That's why it's thinking we don't have enough fuel. Yep, 3,500. So 350. That's why it wanted us to pitch down. There you go, flight level 350. There you go. Now it's not going to tell me that we need more fuel. That could have been a costly mistake. All right, now on arrival fuel, it's already telling me we'll have 3.6 for now. That's why we weren't pitching down. And let's get the standard set to this side. (1013). By now the cabin altitude is at 6,500. Right, all indications are good so far. Put these USB settings to on. Yeah, pretty uneventful at this stage. So we are at Rovig after 9 minutes. We are at 10 minutes, and it needs 5.1 tons of fuel. And what do we have? 5.1. Chi will have 5.1, so we have 5.2 right now. We're actually higher on the fuel. Haven't set weather and turbulence. Yeah, it's a pretty short flight. We're basically going to be over the ocean, going slightly north east. Right, good system so far. So right now, what are we doing? What is that? T059. Is that a heading? Or track? Yep. Track. Winds 295 at 28. All right, looks like we'll sync the heading. And then we have, oh, that's the ref speed of 132. We no longer need it. And reset the barrel. Maybe not. Yeah, we are having an uneventful flight so far. Just scanning the indications. Hydraulic pressure is good there. 2990, 3006, 2998. Yep, engine oil's good. N2 is good. Oil quantity, vibration, fuel flow. And EGT. Yeah, not bad. Right, Agomo, 14 minutes of flight and 4.7. So we are at 15 minutes and within 3 miles of Agomo. And by the time we reach our top of climb, we'll do another fuel check. We should have used 1.8 tons of fuel at that stage with 4.7 remaining. And then we get into the Zagreb FIR, but I do not have any ATC. All right, 300 to go. Yep, so we'll quickly put the seatbelt on, well, it's on auto, so right now it's just gonna go off by itself so the passengers can move about the cabin and relieve themselves if need be. All right, so let's plan our arrival into Zagreb. So, number one, LDZA. Can we even have weather? We're going to assume that let's see, elevation 353 feet. We'll come out here and we'll put 350. on the elevation. Looking at this recorded message, we got 80s. We're gonna assume or pretend that we have it. And the weather on this fine day. Oh, this is 16 Zulu. This is old. This is old. 0516 Zulu. Cavoke. 1024. Yeah, definitely old. Because right now it's 0242. Yeah, this is old weather. So what will I set for QNH? 1024. Oh, I can look at SimBrief. Let's look at SimBrief. So we should have it in the landing data. Yep. Runway 22, 1025. So we'll set 1025. Alright, 1025 is set. So we're gonna be doing flaps 30. No, I'm gonna do flaps 25 today. We're not gonna do flaps 30. Our planned landing weight is 79.3 tons. So let's check. We have 4.8. So currently, yeah, if we have 4.8 of fuel right now, on arrival we're gonna be getting basically, we're gonna lose 1,000 between now and arrival. So we'll go to init ref and we're gonna be landing with 79.4. So flaps 5 will give me 125 and course is 223, ILS 109.1. So 109.1, yep, and 223. Alright, so that is set. Yeah, it's all good to go there. And pretty soon we will be reaching our top of descent. So let's go ahead and brief. The descent is going to be an arrival via Star. We're arriving via the Kotor 1 X-ray, Kotor 2 X-ray. So at Kotor, we have to be at flight level 110 or higher. And then we'll take the Zagreb 704. We'll continue towards Zagreb 712. At Timbo 4000 above. Initial approach fix is Rerna 4000 above. So we'll go to Legs, Kotor 11,000 above. 712 9,000 above, and Timbo 4,000 above, Rerna 4,000 above. So yeah, we're good. All right, so we'll just then set this to 4,000. Then it's our lowest, and then we'll do the performance calculations for landing distance. All right. So with that being said, landing at the Zagreb runway 22, the passenger terminal is basically on that end of the runway, so we're going to need to taxi all the way out. So we're just going to do auto brake 1. Alright, auto brake 1 is set. So we've got about 3,252 meters, and we only need let's see. What do we need? That's not 953. That's the length of the runway. did the dispatch not calculate this? In our case, we're doing flaps 25. We're not doing flaps 30. So it's only doing it in terms of flaps 30. So if we were doing flaps 30, we'll just be slightly slower. And our weight is basically 79, VREF 123. And on a dry runway, we're going to be using 2,593 feet instead of meters, and we have 10,000 feet available. So yeah, we don't even need reversers, but we're gonna use reversers. All right. So we had our after takeoff checklist, and we'll hold up on the approach checklist. We'll just go ahead and check the recall for now. All right, it's good, no lights. Yeah, all is good on that side. Yep. We are 61 nautical miles from Kotor. Oh, this pops out? I didn't know that. Okay. Didn't know the standby pops out. Wow, flight factor. Everything almost pops out on the flight factor. It's pretty neat. Right, let's go ahead and check the descent performance. Transition level is flight level 100. Our speed will be basically 269. Drag required. Getting some weird stutters, maybe because I turned game mode back on. Maybe I need to turn it off. It will be interesting. We can stow the speed brake. Here's our ILS. Alright, so for the ILS, looking at it, it's just going to be your standard ILS with a glide slope angle of 3 degrees. Miss approach is going to be straight ahead. We'll fly through the Lukavec VOR, and then we'll hold at the Exxon at 4,000. Yep. And of course, basically runway heading. So that's pretty good. Minimum 548. Barrel. And we can sink it on the other side. And let's go ahead and get our approach speeds. 125, 165 VREF plus 40 and VREF plus 80, 205. So set it on that side too. We'll set this guy to 5 degrees below. Zagreb traffic, Pan African 2609er, leaving flight level 280 on the Kotor 2 X-ray, arrival into Zagreb, expecting ILS 22 Zulu, Zagreb traffic. Yep, Google Map enhancement. Whoa, that's a pretty odd view. I wish there was an indicator in VR to tell us what the view is really is. Maybe this is better. Okay. Yeah, I think it's better. Right. Engine indications. Yep. They're all looking good. I guess no failures today. Except this time I only set it at a 1. So remember Kotor 11,000 or higher. So we can do some arrival fixes into Lima Delta Zulu Alpha. There is some rings. Yeah, here are some rings. Give us some situational awareness. Flight attendants, prepare the cabin for landing. All good. Yep, winds 322 at 16, so we're good. This is our track and ground speed, 370. So we're almost to the missed approach point. Basically, the runway is right there at our 11 o'clock. I can actually see the runway. So it's a good approach. We're able to at least see if the airport is clear, which it is the case right now. Yep. There's the runway. Now at our 10 o'clock. Approaching Zagreb 704. Yep, 704. We do have some terrain in the nearby vicinities of the airport. Since weather is no factor, we are going to terrain. All right, so we went to terrain. Yep, great visibility of the runway. I do not see any PAPI lights though. Let's see. Definitely. Oh, I do see some PAPIs, yes. According to the charts, there's high intensity runway lights and PAPI lights as well. But from here, I cannot see the PAPI lights. All right, you know what? We're gonna basically do vertical speed because I should really be. The speed is giving me. I don't like. I mean, we can wait, but 9,000 or above, I guess we're fine. We'll wait. And then at Rerna, it wants 4,000 above, but the question is, what will it give us at Rerna? So we'll just let the aircraft manage the vertical profile. We're abeam the airport right now. Yeah, we'll definitely have some terrain, so we'll keep an eye on that. All right, let's just go ahead and get her some spoilers. And we'll get the landing lights. And we'll set standard. So local altimeter. We can stow this. The spoilers, that is. All right, approach checklist, please. Pressurization is set and checked, and the cabin altitude is a little high for now. 8,000 at this stage. We are at 8,000 though, so what's the rate? Yeah, 0 feet per minute right now. So anyway, cabin altitude is set. Airspeed bugs, they're set. We have VREF of 125. Altimeter set 1025. And on the recall, it's check, no light. Checklist completed. All right, we're gonna slow her down, so we'll just go to vertical speed, and we'll go on a speed of 210 for now. And we'll just start slowing her down. Speed is not moving. We'll continue slowing down to 190. So with that, we'll just set flaps 1. Alright, now we gotta get down. We gotta get down. Zagreb traffic, Pan African 2609er on the Kotox 2 X-ray arrival, left base for ILS 322, Zagreb traffic. Right, localizer is alive. Slow to 180 now. And go around altitude is already 4,000, so we are good.
Make sure to use the passenger to fasten. All tray table seat backs in the upright and lock position, and all carry-on items are secured and stowed for landing. Please stand by as all portable electronic devices being turned off. Thank you.
Right, we're 1,000 to go. Straight ahead we have terrain. All right, let's arm the localizer. Zagreb traffic, Pan African 2609er established on the localizer ILS 22 Zulu Zagreb. All right, we got altitude captured. Alt hold. Oh. Drop +5. So we can reduce the pitching of the nose. Yeah, we can arm spoilers for now. Yep, all indications good. Within 1 dot, arm approach. Approach armed. And clear to land, Pan African 2609er. Come on. There you go. Our VRAF is 125, so our approach speed with these light winds is gonna be 130. Can barely make up the runway. We'll wait a little bit to disconnect. All right, gear down and flaps 15, please. Drop the speed to flap 15 speed. Right, the gears down in 3 greens. Flaps 20. Speed check, flaps 20. And flaps 25 and landing checklist. Speed check, flaps 25 and landing checklist. Landing gear is down, flaps 25, speed brake, arm, cabin advised. Landing checklist completed. Autopilot off my aircraft. Auto throttle off my aircraft. Two reds, two white.
1,000.
1,000 stable. We'll just cycle the flight directors. Get some raw guidance-ish. Zagreb traffic, Pan African 2609, short final, runway 22, Zagreb. Oh, just like that, we went from being on profile to high. Correcting.
500.
Yep.
Minimums.
Landing.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Long landing, 8,000 feet remaining.
And reverse. We're decelerating. 80 knots, idle reverse. Or total reverse rather. Technically we could have made this exit, but we don't want to heat up the brakes, so we'll take the next one. Manual braking.
3,000 remaining. 2,000 remaining.
We will be taxiing for a few minutes. Please remain seated.
We've done 51 minutes of flight.
You may not use your cell phones or other electronic devices until you have reached the gate.
Clear.
Make sure you have all of your personal belongings. Use caution.
Sure we clear the whole short line.
Guidance may have shifted during the flight.
Right.
Those of you that are connecting to another flight, all baggage checked within curbside representative will be transferred for you. Check the monitors inside the terminal.
Zagreb traffic, Pan African 2609 are cleared. Runway 22, taxiing to the terminal, Zagreb. But the terminal was on the side where we landed. Alright, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, should be over there. Passenger terminal. Guess we'll find out once we get there. All right, can shut off the transponder. Got a 2E jet and KLMs. All right, APU is running. Yep, 640 RPM and 100. Brake temps and tire pressures are good. Yep, there's a passenger terminal. I wasn't crazy. Iceland Air 757. Might be one spot left. All right, we will enter via hotel, which is the next right. Yeah, we got a spot. Flight attendants disarm doors and slides and cross-check. Oh, something rare. Delta no longer operates the 777s. There's a 777-200 for Delta, which they no longer operate. Alright, so we are gonna take Echo 6. No, we're gonna take Echo 5. That wing is a little too out for my liking. Whoops. Go ahead and stop the chrono. Set the brakes. And APU bus is on. All right. And red beacon. And we did arrive with 3.6. Yeah, good. Perfecto. Well, that is good. That was the end, or that is rather the end of this flight. Hope you enjoyed it. All right. Let's see what the stop the A cars. I remember how to get out of this. Windows Shift D. All right, let's see what it gives us here. Yeah, I'll get out of VR to do this. I don't know what it wants. Echo 5. Confirm the gate. Yeah. $226 feet per minute. All right, I'll take it. Good. We'll go and end this one over here. Thank you very much for watching. And you have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day and upcoming weekend.